All right, thank you. I will briefly tell you about the history of the company, and we can move to the next slide, Javier. We have started as a typical MIT startup with the technology developed in the lab. And initially, we have got lots of support from the Spande Center, from Lyon specifically, and we have received a grant, a small grant, and then he connected us with lots of different catalysts, including, for example, Marina Hatsopoulos and others. And then eventually we spun out the company in 2017. We received lots of support from DoD, from NSF, and eventually we got our first investor in 2017, a company called IMA, who is one of the sponsors here as well. Eventually, the company has set out really to change the manufacturing in the US. So as you can imagine, this can be a very, very challenging project that encompasses developing of hardware, software, materials. So overall, I would say we are very, very ambitious. And after 5 years and raising 50 million in funding, we have a company we have released our first product, and this product has been installed in the first customer last week, which is a really nice milestone for the company. We have more than 50 employees working on the company, and so this is a really overall a big milestone for us. And I would like Javier to walk you through what we have accomplished so far.
Good morning. It's really exciting because we were right there on that table a few years ago. So as Wojciech mentioned, we're a 3D printing company, and our goal is to change manufacturing by providing a new technology that we developed here at MIT that allows production of high performance and high value plastic components, polymer components at scale. So the core of our technology, which was developed here at MIT in Wojciech's lab as part of grad school work, is layering high-speed 3D scanning of our printing process, which is actually based on 2D inkjet technology that you might be familiar with that you use to print at home at an industrial scale. The process itself has a lot of benefits, primarily the fact that it's a non-contact process, which turned out to be a huge benefit as it unlocked new types of chemistries that we can print and produce that no other 3D printing technology can work with. So just to give you an example, we are printing UV curable epoxy chemistries that are continuously curing. We have some soft chemistries, and we have some parts over at that table for those of you that are curious. But the fact that our process is contactless enables a whole new set of chemistries and polymers to be printed that no other technology can target. This is a video of our platform, and I'm not sure we can hit play on that. AV team back there. There we go. So as Wojciech mentioned, we are developing a hardware product. We're developing the software, and we're developing the consumables that go along with the system, so essentially the materials. We have a team of polymer chemists that are working on these cutting-edge chemistries that are printed by our system. So you see a machine vision system. It's scanning parts in real time as you are printing layer by layer. And that information is being used in a close feedback fashion to adaptively generate the data for the next print layer. And we do that over and over again as we're printing the parts on the system. This is very close to what Brian Anthony was just talking about, using close feedback control inline during the manufacturing process to produce a better output, better parts. So this is an example of a typical component that you might produce on our system. So this is actually a customer part. And the system was developed for very high throughput. And that starts to put 3D printing in the scale of injection molding and other traditional old school manufacturing technologies that are being used today. And that's our goal, is to displace a lot of these old technologies and make 3D printing a true production method and not just a prototyping tool, which has been historically what it's been used for. One of the benefits of this close feedback approach, apart from being able to print new chemistries that haven't been able to print, is the fact that you achieve much more accurate components And this is a great example of a polymer part of this scale that we can print with very high accuracy and precision over and over again, thanks to this closed feedback approach that we're using in our system. So production at scale, one of the benefits of our platform is also its ability to work in a true production environment. So this is an example of a set of parts that was printed on our platform. It's very easy to post-process, which is one of the Achilles heel of 3D printing. Everyone talks about the printing, but there's a huge back end of labor and cost that lives in the post-process. But our platform and the way we design it allows very easy post-processing, low labor and low cost post-processing of parts. So this is an example of what a printed batch looks like as we're printing at scale. So some of the applications that we're actively targeting, as Wojciech mentioned, we just deployed our first commercial platform this month at a customer, industrial customer here in the Boston area. But we're targeting industrial components for automation. This is a significant market. Every piece of machinery out there has custom components that need to satisfy some function, some complex function in the machine. Fluidic handling, our parts are able to be produced with very complex internal geometries. And the fact that we're printing these very high performance chemistries that are chemically resistant, do not degrade, is very attractive for industrial chemical handling components. And we also have very soft, bouncy elastomers that are, right now we're using customers in the seals and gaskets markets. Wojciech mentioned that a lot of the support we received. We started actually with internal resources at MIT with Deshpand and other mentors and advisors. And we spun out with an SBIR from DARPA, which we thank very much, and later the NSF as well, and led to our seed round and Series A round in subsequent years. Thank you very much. And if there's any questions, we're more than happy to talk about our technology later.